when a relative, you know the word relative?
Mhm.
Relative. For example, my mother is my relative. Okay.
Yes, family. Relative.
Yeah. Yes. And when a relative is dead, okay, when you have a difficult problem, you need to come to terms with that. You need to come to terms with that. Okay? For bad situations, for example, my uncle had an accident yesterday. He lost his arm. He lost his arm.
Mhm.
Terrible situation. But my uncle tries to come to terms with that difficult situation. And when he tries to come to terms with that difficult situation, it means that he tries to get over that situation. He wants to improve. They don't cry. They say, "No, I can continue with my life," because
Mhm.
you come to terms with a difficult situation, a death. You see?
Mhm.
Did you
You
Yes.
need to
understand?
face the
You
situation.
have to face the problem. Face the problem. Okay? Did you understand that part?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Nice, nice. For example, Omar, have you ever have you ever come to terms with difficult situation? Can you describe the situation for me?
He has a good life.
How are you?
He has a good life, but it is not just for example, and I was working in a company for I haven't or I had worked in that company for 10 years, but Trump's regulation now is different, so now I don't have a job, you see, so I have to come to terms with this situation.
I have
It's
to come.
very difficult for me. So I don't know what to do. I'm desperate. I'm desperate and I'm worried about my situation here in the US. Did you understand that part?
Yes.
Mhm.
For example, Carlos, my grandmother passed away this year. No, no,
Mm-hmm.
Last year.
the last year, yes.
Was a
In
year?
this moment, I was here in Canada, and
Mhm.
I was pregnant,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
I couldn't travel to my country
Mm-hmm.
to stay with my relative. In this
Mm-hmm.
moment, I need to come to terms with that situation
Yes, at that moment.
at
At
that
At
that
moment.
that
moment.
moment. You never say at this moment because it means that it's in the present. Yes, you came to terms with that difficult situation. You see, with your grandmother's maybe death, you came to terms with your grandma's death. You know the this phrasal verb, come to terms with. It is really important that you start using phrasal verbs. If you want to take your English to the next level, you need to learn phrasal verbs. Let's go with the second one, right? Let's go with the second one.
You need to
You
speak.
know, my best friend has diabetes. My best friend has diabetes,
Mhm,
you
mhm.
know, because he
Yes.
drinks he drinks a lot of maybe sugary drinks, okay?
Mhm.
And when he went to the doctor said, "Hey, Pepito, you need to cut down on sugar. You need to cut down on sugar." You
Okay.
see, what is cut down? For example, if you have 5 sugar spoons, you see five, now one.
One.
You see, if you drink, for example, 5 cans of Coke, you see, and now one, it's okay for me. You need to cut down on sugar. You see, for example, Steph, do you usually cut down on a product? Do you cut down on a product or You don't cut down anything. Tell me more about
Yes, at this moment, I need to cut down the bread
it. Wait a second. Cut down on bread.
on
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 bread,
bread.
a bread.
on the
Uh-huh.
Ah,
bread.
you need to. And why?
Oh, because I need to lose weight.
You need to lose or you need to lose weight.
Lose
Lose,
weight.
lose,
You need
lose.
to
Yes.
lose weight.
Lose.
You can say, for example, I need to lose weight or I want to be in shape. I want to be in shape. The expression you want to be in shape for me is more common here. It's more common that I need to lose weight. Yeah, it is okay, but I prefer I want to be in shape. For example, Omar, and how do you maybe stay in shape? How do you stay in shape, Omar? How do you stay in shape?
Uh, well, I can stay in shape, uh, eating food, healthy food, less sugar, and do exercise every day. It's a good way to still shape,
Stay in sh-
still in shape.
Stay in shape, of course. It's a good, for example, you can say, well, Carlos, eating healthily, eating healthily, because eating healthy food, healthy is the
Healthy.
adjective, like beautiful, like a small, healthy food. But when you run quickly, you run, maybe you think beautifully, you drive carefully, you eat healthily. You see?
Mhm, mhm.
Mm,
Healthy, for example, healthy food, and I eat healthy, healthily. You see?
yes, healthy food.
Okay, I will write the word. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Healthily in this way. You see?
I eat-
Okay.
I eat
Okay.
healthily. Healthily, for example,
Healthy.
you have the adjective happy. What is the opposite?
Uh-huh.
What is the other? Happily.
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 Happily. Look at this. You drop y, and add ily. You see? And what
Mhm.
about you, Steph? Do you go to the gym? Do you run in the morning? Maybe you do the chores. I do the chores at home. And for
Mhm.
me, well, it is, it takes, you burn, you burn calories. You burn calories.
Your
For example,
calories.
this action, what is this?
Is it a broom or brush?
Yeah.
Broom.
You have a broom, but you
Sweep.
sweep,
Uh-huh.
sweep,
Sweep.
Mm-hmm.
sweep.
Sweet, sweet.
And then, for example, here in my house, when I do this is my old t-shirt, I put my old t-shirt, the water here, and then I put
Mm.
the broom and I
Oh,
mop,
Sweet, sweet.
mop,
mop,
Map.
mop, mopping.
Mm-hmm.
mop.
Uh-huh.
You'd say
Map
I
it.
mop. Do you mop or you sweep first? What do you do first?
Sweet first.
You sweep first, right? And then, for example, here in my house, when we sweep, and after that we mop, of course, but sometimes we don't sweep and we don't mop, especially in the living room, because we have,
Mm.
and how do we call this?
Carpet.
Vacuum.
Carpet. Yes,
Uh-huh.
Carpet.
carpet. And we use an appliance,
Okay, the vacuum.
the vacuum. So I vacuum,
I
sometimes I
vacuum.
vacuum. Yes. For you, which one is
Vacuum.
better, vacuum or sweep?
Oh, for me, it's depend on the floor.
For me, it's depend. No, no, no. For me, it it
It
It's
it
depends. It
depends
depends on what?
on because for example, if you have a wood floor, it's better vacuuming.
It's better vacuuming. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And why do you say that this is better?
Yes, because when you use the sweep,
Wait, wait,
the
wait. When you use the sweep
mop,
or
mopping.
when you
no, no,
sweep?
no. When you sweep, when you use the broom
No.
is when you sweep. Sometimes uh,
Mhm.
you you can get the garbage. The 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 little garbage.
The
Yes.
little garbage. You say garbage. Garbage.
Garbage.
Yeah, now I got it. Now I got it. Now I got it. Okay. Next part. So the class today is a little bit tricky, but it's not impossible. I promise. I love this lesson because, well, people love this lesson. One second. And I will write my password here. Yes. The class is dun, 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 that's. Okay, guys. I will teach you a very important lesson. Important. It's very important. If you say, I want to speak like a native, you need to learn this structure. Okay?
Okay.
Focus. Focus on this part. For example, Stephanie loves you. Okay? Stephanie loves you. And that's why, and that's why she wants to be, she wants to be with you. You see?
That's why
Stephen
she
love
wants to be.
be love be. No, that's
Wants to
why
be
she
with
wants to
you.
be with you.
You see? Focus on this part. Stephanie loves you, and that's why, or that's, you can drop this and you can do this if you want. I'm sorry. Do this. Sometimes we do this. So Stephanie loves you, and that's why she wants to be with you. In English, this is that is the reason why. For me, this is that is the reason why. Look at this.
That is the reason
That
why.
is the so Stephanie loves you,
Of-
and that is the reason why she wants to be with you because she loves you.
that is
You
the
see?
reason.
Mm.
That's the reason why. I will use some colors here because my students say, Carlos, we understand when you use different colors, and I will use it. Look at this, and I will do it for you. Now, look at this again. Stephanie loves you, and that's why she wants to be with you. Did you understand?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Which one happens first for you, and which one is the effect?
The first is Stephanie loved me because
Yes,
this
happen
is the
first. Yes, yes,
principle.
happen first. Happen,
Yes.
Yeah,
happen first.
because if she love she does love me, she don't want
Reason
to
or
stay
cause?
To be my.
with me. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the reason or cause, and then we have the effect. I will show you this part. This is the effect. You see, and this is like happen after the cause. Happened, happened, happened after the cause. You see the difference.
Hmm.
Okay. So for example, I fail. I fail my exam. That's why. That's why I fail my exam. And that's why I need to take I need to retake it.
To
I
retake
need
it.
to retake it.
Retake
So
it.
I failed my exam. So that happened first. I failed my exam. So that's why. This is the
That's it.
reason why I need to retake it. Did you understand?
Yes, yes.
Okie dokie. Now we have a different structure. Now, Susan or Stephanie wants to be with you, and then we have another structure. That's because, and that's because she loves
That's
you.
because.
After the
You
course.
see the difference. That's because she loves you. So Stephanie wants to be with you,
But he wants to be
and
with.
that's because she loves you. You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So here, for example, we start with the effect. With the effect.
Oh,
This is the effect. Ah, okay. Stephanie wants to be with you, and
he wants to be with you.
and this is the reason or
Because
cause.
this is very
You see? I will do this for you. Don't worry. Look at this. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And look at this. And if you want, I can do this for you. Uh-huh. If you want to say that's because, I can say something like this. That's because for me can be the reason is that. You see? So Stephanie wants to be with you, and the reason is that she loves you.
yes.
Okay?
Makes me happy.
For example, that for me, this is pretty simple. Like Susan wants to be with you. Susan wants to be with you, and you don't want to say that's because. You just say what, Carlos? Because no more. It's a synonym. So Stephanie wants to be with you because
Yes.
she loves you. And if you want to maybe sound like a native, you say Stephanie wants to be with you, and that's because she loves you.
Mm.
You see, it's they are the same.
It's
They
the
are the
same.
same. Yeah, because after because you give a reason. After because
Mm.
you give the reason. So
Very good.
Stephanie wants to be with you because what is the reason? And the reason is that she loves you. So Stephanie wants
Mm-hmm.
to. This is
Mm-hmm.
just maybe if you want to emphasize. It's not difficult. Just add that, and then you sound like a native. For example, I want to learn English because I want to pass my exam. I want to learn English because I want to pass my exam. So I can say, I want to learn English, and that's because I want to pass my exam. It is the
Yes.
same.
The same.
Okay.
Do you
That's
remember
the
when
first.
I told you to use basically because, probably because?
Mm-hmm.
You can use that's because, and that's it. You see, Stephanie wants to be with you. That's because she loves you. Pretty simple. Carlos, but what about the first one? What about
Uh-huh.
this? What about this? When I say Steph loves you, I will drop this example. Stephanie loves you. I can say that because she loves you, because Stephanie loves you. Okay, so
She,
she wants to be with you.
Because of people love me, she wants
she wants to, she wants to be
to be
with
with
you.
you.
Look at this. So Stephanie loves you, and this is the reason why she wants to be with you. So because Stephanie loves you, she
She
wants to
wants
be
to be
with
with
you. So if you want to use that's why, you always can replace that why with the expression that is the reason why. You see, Stephanie
you.
loves you, and that is the reason why she wants to be with you. For example, in the previous example, you remember, I want to learn English, and that's because I want to pass my exam, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can say here that,
That's because I
and
want.
I want to learn English, and that is the reason why I am taking classes.
Mm-hmm.
So I am taking classes. I am taking classes, but why do I take classes? Because I want to pass my exam.
Yes.
You see, you say, this is the reason why.
Mm-hmm.
And then you give like the effect or result. For example, you are learning English right now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So you say that's why we're learning. What happened first? You want to pass the Celpip test, right?
Yes. Yes.
So you want to pass the Celpip test, and that is
That's
the reason why, or
that's
that's
the reason
why you are taking classes right
You are
now.
taking.
we are taking
Yes.
class. Yeah.
Did you
Yes.
realize that I am just speaking in English? We change your classes now. We change your classes now. Every day we improve our listening skill. Okay. Any
Yeah.
question up to this? Any question as far as this point? Any question until this point, or any question up to this point? Which one is correct?
As far as
As far as, remember that
or,
when you
or
say
until
What is the question?
until, I
Please, the
don't think
question, please.
so.
um,
What is the question?
The
Please.
question is,
until up to
do you have
or
any
as far.
question? Do you have any question as far as this point, up to this point, or until this point? What do you think?
Uh,
As far as is for
no,
distance.
until.
Until
Until. I
Until.
think
until.
the
Up
answer
to is for limited.
yes,
The-
and I am limiting. You see, up
Uh-huh.
to this
Until
point, no more. The second part of the class, I don't want to know about that. So up to this point is
up to.
appropriate.
Okay, okay,
Appropriate.
okay.
Okay, up to because I limit. I don't want to pass here. You see,
Mm,
until we use until when we show the time. You know, a point in time. For example, look at this. Um, in my house, in my house, we can stay up late. We can stay up awake. You see, stay
Say
up
that.
late. We can't. So my mom says we go to, or we must go to our bedrooms at maybe 12 at midnight, 12 p.m. You see, at midnight.
Midnight.
Okay. So if I say we can watch TV up to midnight. We can watch TV up to midnight. It means, in Spanish, you know the translation in Spanish, that we can watch the TV after midnight. We can't because it's up to midnight. And then I live alone now. I live in a different house. I live alone. I don't live with my mom, you see? And then you say, Carlos, what did you do yesterday? Well, Steph,
mm,
yesterday I watched TV until midnight
Oh.
because I want to show you the final point, you see? But I
Mm.
don't want to limit the time. Did you understand that part?
Yeah, yeah. Until if I want to do something, but I prefer this not limited. Because I prefer okay.
Yeah, it's okay. For example, your daughter, yes, you could, for example, your daughter, imagine your daughter is 18 years old and she wants to go to a party with friends. And you say, okay, you can go as far as 9 p.m. until 9 p.m. or up to 10 p.m.
up to.
Up to,
Up
because
to
10
3 p.m.
1 you should be here, 10 1 you should be here. Up to. And then, for example, imagine that you allow, I will write that part. You you allow your daughter to do,
To us.
Let you want.
yes, you allow your daughter to do whatever she wants, okay? And then, you say something. The next day you say, hey, where did you go yesterday? Well, I was in a party until midnight, or until 10 p.m. until she shows the final point of time, but she didn't limit the time, you see?
Yeah.
And the next question, when you imagine that you want to take the Celpip test, okay, guys, you have to finish your exam up to 2 p.m. until 2 p.m. or as far as 2 p.m.
This is up to 2
Up to.
p.m.
Up to, of course,
To
up
2
to,
p.m.
up to. Great. Next part. Okay.
Okay, up to I can use for measure and
Up to four, when you limit quantities,
quantity.
time, time,
Time.
time, and also for, okay, space. this is my house, right? This is my house, and this is the roof or the ceiling, guys.
Ceiling,
This
ceiling.
is the ceiling. Pile. Do you know what is pile? For example, this is a box. This is another box. Another box. Another box.
Okay.
Pile. Pile.
Pile,
I will write it. I
pile.
will write it. Pile. You
Mm-hmm.
piled
Pile.
Uh-huh.
something. Okay. Now look at this. And this is my house, and I can pile boxes. I can pile boxes up to the
Ceiling.
ceiling. No more.
No more. Up to the ceiling.
You see? Any
Yes,
question?
yes. Yeah, no, no.
No,
Easy
it's clear
peasy.
now.
Easy peasy. So can you make a sentence with that's why?
That's
Uh, for example, I I take driver driver class. No, no, no. What's it? Okay. I take driving class. That's no, no, what do I want to say?
Okay, focus on this part.
Yes,
Focus on
yes,
this
yes,
part.
yes, yes, yes. I have I lost the idea.
Look at this. Look at this. Give me a sentence. Give me a sentence. Look at this. And I have or I take driving lessons. Okay? Why? I take driving lessons because I want to get my driver license. You see? So
Yes.
I take driving lessons because I want to get my driver license. So it means that I take driving lessons, and that's because I and that's because I want to get my driver license. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And then you say, I want to get my driver license, and that's why
That's
I
right.
take driving lessons. So in English, you say this is like the sentence. I will do this for you guys. I will do this for you. Sentence plus that's because plus reason. And then you have like the reason, and you say that's why
That's
the
right.
sentence. But for me, it would be in this way. You see? For
in this
example,
case,
uh-huh.
Carlos, can I say, for example, Jose save money every month. That's why he wants to travel to Paris.
Okay, Manuel saves money every day, and that's why he wants to travel to a different country?
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yes.
No, incorrect.
Oh, okay.
You say he wants to travel to a new country, and that's why he saves money.
Okay, okay, okay,
You
okay, okay.
start with the reason. Did you understand?
Okay, we try with the first
The
reason. That's
reason
why.
is,
We say,
Reason,
for
but
example, I
oh yes,
wanna
yes, 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 yes.
I wanna be a chef.
you want to be a chef.
That's what is it? That's why. Or that's because why?
No, that's why you have
That's
to.
why.
That's
That's
why
why I take
I,
a
I
kitchen
take
class.
you take kitchen classes. Of course, you want to be a chef, and that's why you take kitchen classes. In this case, kitchen classes is different. We say cooking classes.
Cooking classes.
Okay.
Cooking
Yes. Cooking
classes.
class.
Okay, or you say for example, I take cooking classes, and that's because I want to
And
be a
one
chef.
be a chef.
You just change the
Yeah.
position, but you say
Yeah.
that's why.
That's why.
Okay.
For example, I improve my pronunciation. I improve my pronunciation, and that's why I I what? I improve my pronunciation, and that's why. Continue the sentence.
That's why I I listening or I watching English video.
This is incorrect. Remember, when you did the reason, it is like the result. For example, look at the sentence.
Oh,
I need to pass the Celpip test because because I I have some I have to send some information, right? Look at this. I need to pass the Celpip test because I have to send some information, right? And then you say, I need to pass the Celpip test. That's because I have to send my information, right? And then you say, I have to send my information, and that's why I need to pass the Celpip test. You start with a cause. In this case, you say like the cause, or call it whatever you want, the effect maybe. You see, but for me, it's in this way.
okay.
So for example, you say no, you say this. My daughter wants to travel to a different country. My daughter wants to travel to a different country because she wants to learn Chinese. Or my daughter wants to go to Korea because she wants to learn Korean, right? So you say, my daughter wants to go to Korea and that's why she wants to learn Korean, right?
Korean.
Or you say, my daughter wants to learn Korean, and that's why she wants to go to Korea. Did you understand?
Yeah.
In this case, let me see. What is
For example, you say, I have some problems with the cops. Oh, yeah.
Have some for the
Because
Korean.
they ask for IDs. Look at this.
Okay.
So I have some problems with the cop because they ask for IDs. And I can say that I have some problems with the cops. That's because they ask for IDs. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Did you understand?
Also, the cups. Yes, yes. I have
Or
Entonces
you
aquí,
say, oh,
y
you
si entonces lo fuéramos, esa misma oración se puede poner en el otro sentido.
sure, you say the caps, the
They ask for ID.
the caps,
That's
because
why
that's why I
I
have
have
some
some
problems.
problem with the
Yeah,
cops.
but when you say they ask for ID, my question is who?
The
The
cops
caps.
ask for IDs.
See, and that's
That's
why.
why I have some problem.
Yes, in Spanish. Do you want me to say it in Spanish or is that okay for you?
It's okay, it's
it's
okay.
okay.
It's okay, no problem. Okay. Any question up to this point?
It's good.
That's good.
You have to practice this structure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Practice and practice.
Reason,
Yeah.
practice.
You can look for information about that's the reason why on the internet. And it's really difficult to find it. Any question up to this point? Any
This
question?
structure have any name, a specific name or no? It's only
Oh,
reason. That's
yes,
why.
and that's why no more. You don't need no more. You just need to give the reason.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
For example, you say, I explain in both languages. I explain in both languages because
Those.
you speak both languages or because you speak two languages. I explain in both languages because you speak two languages, right? Or I can say,
Mm.
well, I explain in both languages, and that's because you can speak in two languages, right?
Yeah.
I
Or I
Oh,
you
you
or you say
speak
you
you speak
speak two
in two
in two
languages.
languages.
That's
Yeah,
why
right.
that's why I explain in two
I
languages.
explain
Explain
in two
in
language.
language. Mm.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
perfect. You get
Mm.
extra. For me, that's pretty common. It's pretty common. Any questions before I continue?
Good.
That's good. Good.
Okay, let me choose an interesting topic. An interesting topic. Time and moment. What is the difference between time and moment? Time and moment.
between time.
For example, at one time, what does it mean? At one time, in the past, but not now.
Okay.
You know, at one time in the past, but not now.
Mm,
For example, for now I am a person who is very laid back. Have you heard this expression, laid back?
No.
late, late
Laid
back.
back. When you are laid back, it means that imagine that you have a lot of things to do. You have a lot of things to do. But you are watching TV because you don't care. You don't want to stress. You are laid back.
Late.
You see?
Mm,
You see?
yes.
And for example, in the past, I was, how can I say this? I was really laid back in the past. You see?
Mm,
In the past, I was really laid back. So I can say that now I have a problem. I am not laid back, right? I am not laid back. You say,
mm,
yes. At one time, that kind of situation wouldn't have made me angry because I was laid back. Now I am not laid back. You see? Because it's in the past, but not now. I can say that at one
Okay.
time, that kind of things wouldn't have made me really angry. For example, Omar, now you eat chocolate, right?
mm, yes.
In the past, you didn't eat chocolate, right? In the past, you didn't
Mm,
like, but now you like it, okay?
no, you,
So you say,
mhm,
"Hey, Omar, do you like chocolate?" Yes, I love chocolate. But if you ask me this question 10 years ago, the things is different, right? So you say,
mm,
"Well, at one time,
no, one time.
I what? I didn't like
I didn't
You
like
like
chocolate.
chocolate.
chocolate. I didn't like candies, whatever you want.
Mm,
En el pasado, pero no ahora. Y te cuento que en el pasado,
Okay. Time.
pero ahora no me gustaba el chocolate. I didn't like chocolate. It means that now I like it. You see? Any
también
question?
se puede hacer por el efecto contrario. Por ejemplo, antes, en el pasado me gustaba, por el momento no me gusta.
At the moment.
At
Ah,
this, yes. At one time, I love a soda. In the past, at one time, I loved soda. Okay, but not now.
ya,
Ya te viene
no, no,
incluido.
no. Mm,
Ya te viene incluido el but not now. In the past, but not
mm,
now. O sea, if you want to say, Omar, in the past, and I like soda, but not now.
no,
Okay? In the past, I like soda, but not now. So if I don't want to repeat the words, I say, at one time, I liked soda. That means that not now.
no, no, no. Mm,
You see, the meaning is
yeah,
very long. You see?
yeah.
For example, you, Steph, something that in the past was true, but not now.
Mm, let me see.
What do you think?
Uh,
In the past, what did you do in the past, for example?
mm, in the past, I love
In the
visit
past, I
the
love
river,
visiting.
visiting the river,
Okay, in the past, I loved visiting the river, but
visiting,
not now.
but
But
not
not now, yes. And if you want to say, in the past, I love visiting the river, but not now, you say, at one time,
one time.
One
At
I
one
time.
time,
love visiting the river. It is not necessary that you repeat, but not now,
Mm,
okay.
because that expression is included in this
Mm,
expression at one time.
at
You
one
see?
time.
okay, it's not necessary use,
Yeah.
but not now.
Yes.
At one time,
At one time, love so.
at one time.
Now we have the expression at any moment.
Any
Any
moment. That
moment.
is.
At any moment.
For example, we are in a place, we are in a restaurant, and we are waiting for my girlfriend, okay? We are waiting for my girlfriend. And you are
Mm.
desperate, Carlos. I'm really hungry. I want to eat. Where is your girlfriend? I'm sorry. She will be here at
At any
any
moment.
moment, you see?
Mm.
She will be here at any moment. So be careful. You see? She will be here at any moment. Okay? And now I want to fix something because people say in the moment. No, because we say
At
At them.
at the moment.
the moment.
Yes.
Hmm.
At the
At the moment.
moment, and that means now. For example, at the moment, I am talking to you. Yep. I just realized that in English, people say at the moment or at the very moment.
No, the first.
At the very
At the
moment.
very moment. Okay.
We also have another expression, I guess. And from that moment on, I love that one. From that moment on, it means like after that time. I will give you a sentence here from that
From
moment.
that moment on.
So
Okay.
From that
after that
moment.
time. From that moment on. So after that time, I didn't believe a word she said. You see? This after that time, después de ese momento.
Mm. Después de ese
From
momento.
that moment on, I didn't believe a word she said. For example, Mary was my best friend. Maria was my best friend, but we stopped being good friends when she stole my money. Okay? So when I
Yes.
realized that Mary stole my money, from that moment on, we stopped being friends. You see?
Mhm.
For
You
example, I
see?
can say I lent some money
Mm-hmm.
to Jose,
Mm-hmm.
but he never paid me. Pay me back. See, is
Pay
the
me back, yes, pay me
yes,
back.
pay me back. From that moment on, I
On
didn't lend
and then
no
again,
money
money
again.
again. That's perfect from that moment on. From that moment on.
From that moment on.
From that
From that
moment
moment
That
on.
on.
moment
From
on.
that moment. I didn't believe it.
And if you don't want to say at the moment or at any moment, sometimes we say in the US, especially in the US, at this time.
At
And
this
for
time.
me, means now. For example, imagine that you have a problem and you ask for information in the police station, right?
Mm.
You ask for information
The
in the
resume.
police station, and they
Mm.
say, well, I'm sorry, sir, but we have no more information available at this time.
Mm.
At this time, you see?
It's the same. You can say, we don't have more information at the moment. It's the same at this time.
Yes, it's the same.
The same. Mhm. At this time. At this time or at the moment.
Any questions up to this point?
Mm.
And now you, because you use this at that time.
Uh-huh. That.
At that time, for example, I remember when you say Carlos, um, maybe 8 years ago, I had a big problem. I was in a difficult situation 8 years ago. And at that time, I came to terms with my grandma's death, you see?
Mm.
Uh-huh.
At that
At
time.
that time.
At the time, at that time, at that time. And for me, that's all. No more. Any questions? Nope.
Have questions? At that time. Okay. Okay. Mm, it's okay.
We don't have any question at this time.
We don't have any question at this time. That's great. You see, or up to this point at this time. You see,
Oh,
we don't have any question up to this point at this time. But I remember, Carlos, our first lesson. Okay, uh, you know, I we had some problems with our listening at one time.
No, the one
mhm.
time.
We had some problems with the listening at one time. Nosotros tuvimos problemas en el pasado, pero no ahora.
Oh,
We had some problems at one time. You see?
yeah, at one time.
And I know that you sometimes use this word a lot. You use the word same as or the same that. The same. You say the same, but the same what?
Okay.
You say the same as. I will write it here.
Yes, the
As.
same as,
Oh,
The same as. The same as for me is
the
like
same as,
we use it or is used to compare to things.
the same as, the same as.
Is used to compare to things. What else? That are identical or similar in some way.
Use it to compare to two that are identical or similar in some way.
So it's used to compare things that are identical or similar in some way. For example, doing, you would say the same as plus a verb plus ing.
okay. The same as. This needs to compose.
The same as. We have the same as plus a verb ing.
But
For example, doing a job well is not the same as. It's not the same as spending a lot of time on it.
mean a lot of time on it.
So it says,
Used to compare to things.
hacer un buen trabajo no es,
Lo mismo.
¿cómo interpretan?
No
The
es lo
same.
mismo.
Doing a job well is not the same as spending a lot of time on. Okay. Es como que el hecho de que tú inviertas mucho tiempo no significa que tú tengas que hacer un buen trabajo. O tú puedes hacer un buen trabajo sin tener que sin tener que spending, gastar mucho tiempo.
Okay.
O puede ser hacer un trabajo no necesariamente sea invertirle tanto tiempo sería también.
Ok, yo traduzco el the same as como lo mismo que. Te digo que hacer un buen trabajo no es lo mismo que
Eso.
pasar un montón de tiempo en ello. No
Mhm.
es lo mismo que. Did you understand? Con el ejemplo, si se captó.
The same as plus
Same plus verb ing.
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 Now,
Entonces,
you can also say the same as plus a noun plus plus a pronoun. One second. Noun or pronoun. Noun or pronoun. For example, I think the same as you do about this. I think the same as
This
do
is two
as you do. I think the same as you do about this. So I
es,
think yo pienso lo mismo que tú,
oh,
que
about,
tú.
obvious.
Carlos, pero ¿por qué no me pone as you think? Porque sería, porque sería
ajá,
Redundante.
redundante.
redundante. Yo pienso lo mismo que tú piensas acerca de esto.
Sí, redundante, Germán.
Ok, para no repetir lo utilizamos.
I think that's
Any questions?
this.
Por ejemplo, yo hice lo mismo que él. A ver, vamos a analizar.
I,
I do
I,
do the,
I did
yo
the
hice, sí, I
same.
did the
I
same
did the same as you.
I did the same as you. ¿Qué dice allí? Oye, yo hice lo mismo que tú. ¿Ok? O yo hice lo mismo que él, que sería
as
as he did.
as he.
As he did. Pero ¿qué es lo que sucede? ¿Cuál es más natural que puedes reemplazar
The
el did
same
por
as
el
he did.
vacío?
Mhm. Yeah,
I did the same as he. Y si no quieres
Oh,
eso, ya utilizas el otro. I did the same
I
as
did
he.
the same as he.
as
And
he.
no more. And no more. Any
I did
question up to this point?
No, but when you um when you were explaining the the other question about at one time, at any moment, I remember a other expression is from now on. From
From
now
now on. From now on.
No.
because
Okay.
in the when I was watching series, I always saw this expression.
Mm,
For example, imagine that you have a problem with Omar. You see? Hey, Omar, why are you so lazy? And Steph, you too. And you say, okay, let me think. From now on,
from now on.
let's change our situation. De ahora en adelante. From now on, please discuss first and then we agree. Okay?
Mm,
Let's, oh, from now on, de ahora en adelante, a
from now on.
partir de ahora, from now on,
No.
From now on.
from now on.
No.
Ok,
From
vamos
now
a terminar. A ver, aquí les estoy poniendo que el primero es el more common, el
on.
less common
Did
es
the
este.
same as he did.
Less common is ese.
Okay, I did the same as he did. It's more common.
And I did the same. Ese is more commonly used, most commonly used.
I did the same as he did. Oh,
Less formal. Listo, muchachos. Entonces, ¿cuál van a usar? Utilicen el segundo, perdón, el primero, o utilicen el último.
Most
I
common
okay.
did the
is
same as him. Utilíceme su pronombre objeto. No
mhm.
more.
I did the same as him or I did the same as her.
Okay, I did the same as he did.
Ujú.
It's
Mhm.
more
And then,
common. I did the same as he.
yeah, okay.
More
Less
common.
common.
Less formal.
Most common.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Any question up to this point?
No.
It's good. Okay, I did the same as he. I did the same as he. I did the
Ok,
same.
a ver, con esta nos vamos. A ver, ¿cómo dirías, Steph? Oye, yo voy a hacer lo mismo que tú, así que no reclames. Yo voy a hacer lo mismo que tú. I,
I going to
I am going to,
I am
I'm
going
going.
to do as
no, the same as,
the same as you.
that's it.
Mm,
Or I
I
will,
am
or
going or I will
I will do the
I did
same as you
the
the
same
will.
as
same
you.
as
The
you.
same as you will or the same as you or the same as you.
Mhm.
Okay?
The same
Perfect.
as you. The
And
same
that's
as
it. No more.
you.
Okay? Buen trabajo, Steph and Omar. Vieron que ahora es como que más asimilable, más fácil de pasar la gramática. Mira todo lo que hemos visto el día de hoy. And that's the
Mm-hmm,
reason why, and that is
Mm,
why. ¿Por qué? Porque para empezar a hablar tienes que analizar cómo usarlo. De nada me
mhm.
sirve que te diga, ¿es la razón por la que? si
Ujú,
luego no lo vas a usar. Entonces ya sabes que el orden cambia. A ver, con una
ujú,
mano vamos. I want to buy a new computer because my laptop is not working out or working out. You see?
ujú,
Yeah.
Or my laptop is not working. I want to buy a new laptop because my computer is not working. So I can say, I want to buy a new laptop. That's because
That's because
ujú.
my
My
laptop is
my
not.
laptop is not
Yes.
working.
it's
And
not
then you
working.
say, "Mm,
My
my
laptop is
laptop
not
is not
working.
working
That's why I need to buy
Yeah,
a
my
new
laptop is
computer.
not working. That's
Mhm,
why I
Mi
need to
laptop no está
buy.
funcionando y esa es la
mhm,
razón por la que yo necesito comprarme otra laptop. Yo soy Steph.
mhm,
Buen
mhm.
trabajo, chicos. ¿Tienen alguna pregunta antes de que me vaya? Do you have any questions?
Have any question? No. Okay.
Practiquen.
We
Eso
don't
es.
have any question.
We don't
Yes,
have any
perfect.
questions.
At this time, we don't have any question.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So that would be all. See you tomorrow in our next lesson. Practice, please.
Mhm.
Practice the grammar. Les voy a enviar este PDF para que lo chequen también. Okay?
Perfect.
Okay. Please send
The recording, the recording, the
no,
recording.
the lax PDF, the lax class PDF
Okay.
about
Perfect.
neither, either.
I
Yeah.
promise. I will do
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
right now. I will do it right now.
Mhm.
PDF.
Thank you,
Thank
Carlos.
you, Carlos.
Okie dokie. Bye bye. Take care. See you
See ya.
tomorrow. Bye bye. See you
Bye.
tomorrow.
You.